Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again, and I wanted to give you a little update on the. Now it's the Blair Witch reboot. Now, what first the idea was they're gonna make a, which would be with David Merrick. Was this the you had Eduardo Sanchez and David Merrick? I think his name was, or Danny Merrick. These were the two directors of the original one from 1999. Now they should would have been involved, and it would be a direct sequel to the 1991 version. It would actually be a TV series at some point, but then that got dropped, and then they wanted to make a movie, but they dropped Eduardo Sanchez and Merrick and everybody of the original crew, and James Blum from Blumhouse and Lionsgate are taking it over, and they're just gonna make a, not a reboot, but a fucking remake from the first one. What the fuck? And apparently, one of the original actors, Joshua Leonard, Josh, he was angry because there are a few pictures roaming around that would be used in the movie. So I don't get that they're remaking it, because the missing sign with the three kids will be on the screen, will be at some point in the movie. So I would think, okay, this is a sequel. No, it's not. It's maybe there's a little bit of sequely because he was really angry because nobody got notified. Nobody, even Eduardo Sanchez, when they were kicked off the project, they were just like, what the fuck? That's our project. $35,000, almost $300 million. And you know you're gonna fuck it up. They're probably gonna delve deeper. It's probably something like the 2016 version, you know, delving a little bit more into the witch and not keeping it ambiguous, or they're gonna. So that's what's gonna happen. Basically, sort of a reboot remake. Rebooting it, refreshing it, and then remaking it. It will be with found footage, and James Blum, who likes to work with low budget but quality. His motto is low budget, quality horror movies. So he will kind of do the same what they did in the beginning, but giving you a quality horror movie. And I don't trust fucking James fucking Blum, because he gave us the trilogy of Halloween, and look what we got. I mean, he produced that piece of crap. Crowd surfing Michael Myers in the fucking blender. I mean, okay. And I know Blumhouse is now one of the bigger names in the horror community, and Lionsgate too. Now, that doesn't prove jack shit. I mean, and it's a shit because this one is, it's my favorite found footage movie. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about, I got the invite for the 9-hour cut. I'm not sure. So the sensical cuts, 3 downloads by a fan editor. He made 3 different versions. Now the third one was the best one, because the other ones had this scene called Crybaby Bridge, which is basically an urban legend on an urban legend. It doesn't have anything to do with Blair Witch. It's an extra, a little bit of an extra. So they have to go to a bridge right on midnight, and they should hear a baby. And Heather and Mike are constantly complaining because in the beginning they were constantly complaining. And Josh at some point is standing there. I can feel the baby in my arms. And they're, what? Okay. 15-20 minutes it took. 15-20 minutes, that scene. And that just them standing there and waiting, and then they go to the car, and Josh is keeping his camera on his face, and then he's doing like for 30 seconds long. So you kind of get the feeling that there's something wrong with Josh, you know? Because in the third one that I'm saying, most of the movie is between Mike and Heather going to each other's throats. But in that one, Mike is actually more protective of Heather at some point, and Josh becomes really aggravated, but aggravated in an unhinged way towards Heather. He takes her knife, he plunges it in the water. He's like, oh, what the motherfucker, you piece of shit. You fucking bitch, I'm gonna kill you. She's running after. If she was in that creek to, help him calm down, she would have been stabbed at that point by an unhinged Josh. I think the witch already had some kind of control over him, because there's also a moment when he sees, he's yelling, everybody, wait. You see that? And it's daytime, and they say that the guys, 3-4 guys in white robes, like Ku Klux Klan, and nobody saws them, and he sees them. Okay. There's two scenes that I kind of am sad about that they left out. There's a scene where they're taking down the camp, and they're like crying each other and holding each other, and there's this emotional bond between Heather and Mike. And there's also this when in the last moments of their life, she's making that POV, confession tape, but she says that she knew more about the forest and the Blair Witch than she let on. And she said, if I told the guys that, they would have never came with me. And now she feels, of course, extremely irresponsible, because her vanity, her pursuit for this project killed these two guys and herself. And then she does the flip around, give Mike a final confession, and he's like, it's so sad. He's saying to my girlfriend, I hope he winks at her. I hope you get lucky, and I hope you marry and have children. And to my parents, I hope you remember the good times. And then to my friends, I hope when you go out drinking that you still think I'm there with you guys. And tonight's the day I'm gonna die. Tonight's the night that I'm gonna die, and I'm just gonna lay here and wait for it. And then that was super emotional, in my opinion. And then Heather says something pretty cool, actually. If I'm dying with my camera in my hands, filming. It was a cool line. I think they should have kept that in there. Of course, we all know about the different endings, and the creepiest one, I think, still is, two creepy ones. The one where she goes to the basement and Mike is watching at her, it's creepy like, and she gets hit again by some unseen force. Maybe Josh, maybe they were sociopaths and wanted to kill her, because in that cut that I'm saying now, there's a lot more distrust towards Heather by Mike and by Josh, and they're saying it behind her back. So, but then you had the scene where he's hanged between all these stick figures, and that's creepy too. So that was more of a supernatural kill, in my opinion. You also have the crucified picture where he's hanging there against he's crucified against this giant stick figure man. But the ending was okay, because we know about the Rustin Parr story, that somebody had to. So we know Heather is probably being killed and slaughtered, and Mike had to stay in the corner, and somebody was slaughtering her. Now I'm guessing maybe it could be Josh under the spell of the Blair Witch, because Rustin Parr was under the spell of the Blair Witch. Who knows? Who knows? But in any case, if you, I'm not gonna put the links of these movies in the description, because copyright and all that shit, I'm not sure. But if you just look up Google fan edited sensical cuts of the Blair Witch Project 1999, you're probably gonna go to this forum site about the Blair Witch, and there are gonna be 3 different downloads you can choose off. Now to see them all, there are not a lot of. The third one is the best one. The third one gives you all new footage, the distrust, the anger, the unhinged Josh, but the other one gives you the crybaby bridge, and it takes like 15 minutes, and then they're street rapping in the motel, and that takes 10 minutes. You got a little bit in the third one of that, but it didn't take long. It was a few minutes, because he actually had an argument, Heather with Mike, outside the room. So that's something you also didn't know. So like I said, they were constantly at each other's throat. And in any case, if you want to find it, Sensical Cut, Google it, Sensical Cut, the Blair Witch Project 1999 on Google. And it's gonna be a forum site, and you're gonna with a black background and red letters, and you're probably gonna find them there. So yeah, that's about it as an update of the fucking remake, and then reboot, remake, whatever the shit is. I mean. And then a little bit of a review of the changes that the sensical cuts, the completer cuts, how much footage there was actually lost. So the movie takes like, what, the original one was it? 1 hour and 1 hour and how many minutes? So you got 9 hours of footage. Imagine that. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. I hope you got some more information. Try to look it up, and see you soon. Bye.